Hey, what's going on, y'all? Wishing y'all a very happy Friday night. I do want to apologize that the notification for this live went out quite late. The reason for that is because of the video today. You don't know what headaches I had getting that Candace video out today. I had all sorts of stuff that I had to fix at the last minute to get it up. So your boy went to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So in the morning. So that's why the notification went out late. But shout out to all y'all that were able to make it anyway. Shout out to I see we got a new member, Bigly Puff. Welcome to you. And also thank you, Jackie Austin. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Jackie. And shout out to Peachy Keen. I see we got Peachy Keen in the house. Thank you so much, Peachy Keen. See you got your little wrench. Okay, wrench. Okay, wrench. Welcome, Peachy Keen, Miss Ray, any of the other mod squad that's in the house right now. Lovely Nola. I see you in here, lovely Nola. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Now, first, we need to decide if we gonna do business or we gonna play with this live. Are we gonna do business or we gonna play? Whenever I do the celebratory lives, I typically like to play and just have fun and just have it like basically like a kind of like an AMA. We just have conversation. But I do have a couple things I need to get off my chest though. First, though, I got a couple things I need to get off my chest. First of all, it's still being February in Black History Month. I do want to give a shout out to everybody that has worked hard to service equality and everybody that has done their part to try and dismantle the white power structure. And to that end, I would like to give a very special shout out to this woman in South Carolina who is doing as much as one person possibly can.
The owner of a South Carolina children's boutique accused of scamming customers is behind bars again. This marks her 11th arrest since January, spanning across 8 South Carolina counties. 30-year-old Pamela Brooke Scrontz is charged with obtaining property under false pretenses, this time in Cherokee County. Investigators say that Scrontz failed to ship items or issue refunds from her business, Thomas and Turner Boutique. She has been arrested 10 other times on similar charges, again in multiple jurisdictions, including Richland, Anderson, Spartanburg, Greenville, and Pickens counties.
Mike's messed up. My bad. How you get arrested? How you get arrested 11 times before the end of February? I just need to know how. And that video is 3 days old. So given her average, she probably hit 12. We probably not doing her justice. She probably done hit 12. And then got the nerve. How she look different in all the mugshots? She gonna go apply for a job and they're gonna bring up all the mugshots and they're gonna say, hey, Your Honor, I've changed a lot over the years, Your Honor, as you can see. So, I'm not the person that I used to be. These joints be dated January 24th, January 26th, January 31st, February 2nd. How you does she change her look every time she get out of jail, knowing she gonna get arrested any second now just to make sure she look different? She got to. She got to. She got to be prepared. She got to be prepared. I'm sure they're not giving her an opportunity to change her look up. But then again, she works at a boutique. She works at a boutique. So maybe they come into the boutique and she know what it is. She know what it is. She probably got a police scanner in the boutique. She probably got a police scanner in the boutique. She know when they on their way. She's like, hold on one second. You know what? Give me some color. Take a couple inches off and give me some color. Yeah, because I'm gonna be doing a photo shoot down at the station. So I just want to make sure, I have this look already. I have this look already from a couple of days ago. I just want a new look. I just want a new look for the 11 times. I thought when I saw this headline, I thought it was a video from 2025. It had to be, right? It had to be. I thought it was a video from December of 2025. And because it ain't no way. Ain't no way. Nope. 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 And then got the nerve. I mean, I don't know this lady. I don't know her politics. But what I do know is that this is the kind of story, if she was melanated, this is the kind of story that would be splashed over everywhere talking about we can't do right. Huh? This the kind of story with the pixelated mugshots that they would be out here trying to drag all of us. So for that reason, I want to thank this lady for doing her part to dismantle racism, giving us something to point to. I appreciate that. Ashi Regina's in the house. Shout out Regina. My new favorite show. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Charlie. Love to the fam, each and every one of y'all. Absolutely. Absolutely. The love right back at you, Top Cop. Chocolate Peach. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Chocolate Peach. To the King. Thank you for your gift. Thank you for your gift. If you received King's gift, send some love out into the chat. Reese, happiest Friday for all here to support. Thank you, Goldilocks. I appreciate that. Oh, Nancy making it rain. Nancy making it rain. Uh-oh. It must be Friday night. Times like this, I wish that the raindrops would fall. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and all your support. Much love, much love, much love. Send Nancy some love in the chat, won't you please? Thank you for the congratulations, Edwin. Thank you so much. Top Cop, is that Pam Bondi or Caroline Levitt? These white women look all the same to me, and I'm white. That's funny. She looked as different in her mugshots as like you would you'd be like, hey man, why are you being racist? Talking about she was arrested 11 times. That's just a different white lady. No, that is the same. That is the same lady. I feel you, Top Cop. Nikki, thank you so much. I appreciate all your love and support. Send Nikki some love if you received her gift. Teresa Campbell, thank you very much for the congratulations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Laura, thank you. I appreciate your congratulations. Thank you so much, Laura. Jeff, my mom introduced me to this channel last year, and I haven't missed a video since. Thank you for putting in the work. Jeff, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you. And tell mom hello. Okay? Tell mom thank you for me. Miss Stacks, thank you. Giggles, thank you so much. I love seeing your name in the premieres. Thank you so much, Giggles, for all the love. Boss Lady, congratulations. Let's get it all the way to 1 million. Thank you, boss lady. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. By the way, due to you guys' suggestion, my monologue, or at least most of my monologue, at the end of the we still here video ending is actually on the back of the We Still Here mugs. These, I believe, when we put something new on the peoplesgetup.com, we put some new, like a lot, we got to order it first to make sure it don't look crazy. Because I don't want y'all bombarding Miss Ray with emails. I don't want y'all calling Miss Ray out her name because of the way that the merch and stuff looks. So we order it first to make sure that it doesn't look crazy. And I like this. This is dope. This is dope. I like this a lot. So just FYI, it's probably up already. All right. Now I'm gonna say this and then we can play. I'm gonna say this and then we can play. I just got to get this off my chest. Okay. So I told y'all about the difficulty that I had with this video this morning, right? And that mostly was because of music that was in some of the clips. However, when I went to put the description into that particular video and think of a title, I decided to go look at how Candace's content was being framed across the media sphere, right? And I was shocked. I'm gonna be honest. I was like legitimately shocked at the coverage being uniform dismissal and degradation from all angles of the media sphere. Even from this is one of the ones that really got me. This is one of the ones that really got me. Hold on.
Coalition are on full display with right-wing influencer Candace Owens at the center of it. Owens is facing major backlash over her new online series. It's about Turning Point USA CEO Erica Kirk, the wife of late conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
Nobody knows why she's out there in a glittering pantsuit in a recreated tent that her husband tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone grieves differently, so if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
And there she was on set with me now, senior reporter Brandy Zadrozny. I remember when you were doing those live shots. But listen, Owens launches this one day after Erica Kirk was at the State of the Union. She was the president's guest, so I wonder what the reaction's been like.
You know, there are two. MAGA is no longer a cohesive political movement anymore. And there are, I like to think of them as the far right and the far out. And so you have this large collection of really far out people who traffic in conspiracy theories, who believe in sort of nothing, who, think that the Epstein files is now proof point of what people like Alex Jones have been saying forever, that there's really a secret Jewish cabal of millionaires, controlling everything, and just sort of live in this fact-free fantasy land. And Candace Owens is the queen bee of this land right now. And, it almost seems like, well, should we really pay attention to what, a YouTuber, Candace Owens, says? But she really does have the attention and the imagination of a large wing of the MAGA movement. And what she's saying about Erica Kirk is really disgusting. It's all of these innuendos and suggestions that she said the other day that Erica Kirk should be dragged to the police station. And so, no matter your politics, I think that, again, the shared sense of reality is also a shared sense of empathy. We can all see Erica Kirk and we can say, I may not have agreed with Charlie Kirk's politics, but he shouldn't have been murdered. And his wife certainly shouldn't be harassed now by these crazy right wingers.
And his kids shouldn't have been left without a father. So let me ask you about whether this is emblematic of a larger rift that's growing between MAGA, as you call them, the far right, and those far out folks.
Okay. Now, I gotta take my time with this one. It's interesting that they characterize the backlash that Candace Owens has received when she got like 8 million views. I think she got like 8 million views in a couple days. And all it's characterized as is the backlash, right? That's all it's characterized as. No acknowledgement of some of the very real issues that people have with Erica Kirk and how she carries herself. Now, multiple things can be true. Multiple things can be true. Candace can be Looney Tunes and out of pocket. And we also can have some serious concerns, questions, and problems with the way that TPUSA and Erica Kirk are conducting themselves. They're not mutually exclusive, but apparently, Erica Kirk has entered into some kind of protected class whereby if we cannot verify, or if we can poke any amount of holes in the messenger of the person that's bringing her the smoke, no questions and no validity is to be had from anything surrounding her. And it's funny too that they characterize as we don't have to agree with Charlie Kirk's politics. Well, if you agreed with Charlie Kirk's politics, number one, as I said in my video earlier, you would have been screaming from the rooftops at them trying to co-opt his death to shut down free speech. But you damn sure wouldn't be cool with a woman commandeering Turning Point USA when he traipsed around the country telling them to get back into the kitchen. And that's a point that I bring up whenever I possibly can about the women on the right, the Megyn Kellys of the world, who traffic in this Christian nationalism, this neo-Christian nationalism, looking to subvert all of the advances of women's liberation. But it apparently doesn't apply to them. I can be out here. I can be out front. I can make the money. I can have my name on the marquee, but I damn sure am going to try and shut down those opportunities for your daughters and even mine. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. It's also funny, too, because apparently Erica Kirk is deserving of a certain amount of protection because of the losses she suffered. Well, that's interesting because I can take you to a lot of men and women and children that have lost loved ones that get no concern or consideration whatsoever. Want to go to the other part of town? Y'all want to go to the other part of town? You know what I mean? Where we get the chorus of why didn't they just comply? But all of a sudden, Erica Kirk is deserving of all of this grace. A woman that's been showered with money and fame, by the way. And one of the points that Candace did make, she talked about the fact that she's taken over this large-scale charity that is receiving hundreds of millions of dollars tax-free, and apparently no questions are to be asked of her because of what? Because of what? Because she lost her husband? That's the only reason she's there. That's the only reason she's there. That's the thing that absolves her from any level of scrutiny? I can tell you this. That's a crazy president to set. That's a crazy president to set if that's what we're doing. Hey, we found all the evidence in the bedroom. Oh, no, she lost somebody. We can't ask her any questions. She lost somebody. Not saying that's this situation, but again, that's a crazy president to set if that's what we're doing. And now let's talk about Candace. Because one of the things that I had put in that video is about all of the right wingers that have come out of the woodworks to drag Candace and call her a demon and evil and this, that, and the other thing for attacking Erica Kirk. Well, she wasn't a demon when she was attacking the victims of police violence. Now, was she? She wasn't a demon when people were rightfully fearful for their lives and she went out in a White Lives Matter shirt. Was she? Was she evil when she made the George Floyd documentary? I believe George Floyd's family had something to say about that. They didn't get this kind of protection, and they didn't have this kind of money, and they didn't have this kind of position, which gives them a certain responsibility to the public for taking in all this money tax-free. They didn't have none of that, and they didn't get any of that protection. And Candace wasn't a demon and an evil then, but now she's a demon and evil. It's this kind, and that, by the way, there was a ton of that content from right wingers, but MS now, that's not it. That is not it. I'm like, boy, if Paramount Plus is finna take over CNN, MS now, you gonna fumble the whole bag. You gonna fumble. That was not it. That was definitely not it. I mean, really, the degrees that and this is actually a point. I'm gonna quote Nick Fuentes, which is crazy. Because one of the things that he talked about is how you're playing into Candace's hands. I don't think y'all understand how much the lengths that you go to protect certain people are indicting. You wonder why people have so many questions and so much concern about what's going on at TPUSA and Erica Kirk, and then you look at the media moving like this. You know? All of a sudden, it is, to ask the people on the right? All of a sudden, it is conspiracy theory. And it is unreasonable and completely unhinged to continue to ask the same questions about Charlie Kirk's death that y'all were asking, because we had this FBI investigating. The same FBI that's trying to find jets to actually get places on time because Cash went to go see wrestling. The same FBI that just dismissed 7 people because they dared do their job and investigate Trump. We had this FBI, the Department of Justice, helmed by Pam the Dow is over 500 Bondi, because that's above reproach. Apparently, it's unhinged now to ask the same questions that y'all were asking 3 months ago when we haven't gotten any answers. That's nuts. That's nuts. It's really a sister act to the Epstein files. It's a sister act to the Epstein files. Because with the Epstein files, you saw the drumbeat of we need to see the Epstein files, and then they saw that Trump didn't want to release it, and they turned on a dime. How dare you hold the same opinions that you had 6 months ago? And I'll be damned if Charlie Kirk ain't the exact same. The exact same. All right, I'm done with that. I had to get that off my chest. I'm like, MS now. Word. That's what we're doing. That's what we're throwing up a whole cape for Erica Kirk, like she needs it. The CBS treatment wasn't good enough. All right. Now we can play. That joint had me tight, man. That joint had me so tight. I was like, MS now, are you? mm, mm. Shout out to the president of the Laura Trump fan club. Been rocking with you for about 3 months. Keep it up. We need your voice. Now, when you say we need your voice, are you talking about me or you talking about Laura Trump? Because we definitely need Laura Trump's voice. We definitely need Laura Trump's voice. That's for sure. That's for sure. Thank you, Lyndon Curry. Shout out, Larry. Thank you very much for your gift. Appreciate you, sir. LexCorp, I was just thinking about you, about how you helped me out with the red. Oh, that, yeah. See, I was literally, I couldn't have planned that any better. I was literally just about to say about how lo-fi I am with the technology, and I accidentally touched the thing and turned it off. Shout out to you, LexCorp. I appreciate you. I think you sent me an email one time about technical help. Clearly, I'm still in need. If YouTube was high school, this would be homeroom for me. Congratulations, and thank you for all your wondrous bodies of work. Thank you, LexCorp. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Angel Torres, your We Still Here hoodie is perfect on my friend's Celtics jersey. I love it, man. Thank you. Hey, Angel, shout out. I can't say I condone the Celtics jersey, but I appreciate you being here. By the way, the next thing we wrote, y'all gonna like the next thing that we. Well, matter of fact, it's 700 people in here. We could talk. We're gonna let them fight in March. That's what we doing for March, is let them fight. Just in time, Candace. Much love, Mr. Waters. I'm happy to contribute to your work as much as a disabled dude can do. I'll send a message to your admin. I watched a long time. Now I want to march. Hey, Kilgore, I appreciate you very much. And you just being here is always enough. Shout out to you. And we'll be looking for your message. We'll definitely be looking for your message. Thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Reese. Well done. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're gonna go back to the roots on this live because my wife is out and my parents are downstairs, and so the kids normally be asleep by now, and they're not. And like I said, we sound like a failed CPS case for bedtime every night. I've said if you come to my door around bedtime at night with 3 under 4.5, right? It sounds like me and my wife need to be taken away. Like it sounds like somebody being drawn and quartered in here. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like I'm raising kids with Monique from Precious. That's what it sounds like. So that could kick off at any time. And I say that we going back to our roots because those of you that have been here for 18 months or longer, y'all remember how the lives used to be. We'd be crying babies in the background. It'd be crying babies in the background. I'm proud. We've been doing this so long that now it's a whole nother baby crying that wasn't even here when we were still doing that. So, but the one that was crying then would still be crying. So There's that. A Strict, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. LexCorp, I just thought of something. Anybody heard about Jonathan Majors making movies with Ben Shapiro now? I did. I not put that into, if that wasn't in today's, it will be in an upcoming one. I shot that yesterday. So so much has been going on. One thing that you'll notice, and one thing that you will notice is I played around with the idea of doing shorter videos. You remember when the breaking news was a thing? That was a whole video ending. I'm gonna do breaking news. I can't, I'm too long-winded. They all belong, man. They all belong. So I think one of the things I'm gonna have to do just to help myself production-wise is just start to have more topics in the videos, just so I can get them out. So that's one thing that you will notice. Like, for instance, like Races of the Week. Races of the Week, there are so many Races of the Weeks that I haven't hit yet that I need to hit. I just got to start grouping them together. Group and go. Just grip it and rip it. We just got to grip it and rip it. Ain't nobody waiting to everybody get their own dedicated. We going to grip it and rip it. So just be on the lookout for that. That's the new thing for March, what we doing. Y'all be too racist. It's too many of y'all. It's too many of y'all, and y'all be too racist. Now, if you give me like some good video where I can blow it out, like that damn Bongino meltdown or something like that, well, that won't get its own video. But anyway, LexCorp, I did see that. That will be in a video coming up. Not tomorrow's, because tomorrow's video has actually got pushed back a couple days. I was excited to put this video out, and it kind of got preempted by all the Candace stuff. But tomorrow's video is about the Nicki Minaj getting exposed for having bots, and there's a lot of stuff in that. There's a whole lot of stuff in that. That was a fun video, so you will enjoy that. All the members, that one probably be available to the members in an hour or two. So whenever we get off the live. Denantra, congratulations, Reese. Your videos have become my most watched. I can't watch the news any other way. Thank you, Denantra. I appreciate that. Because you see what MS Now be on? I'm so hurt by MS Now. I rock with MS Now. I'm hurt. I'm hurt that y'all would feed me that. Here's a question that I have. This is probably like a question for the regular live, but I will discuss this more than once. But here's a question that I have, right? So obviously Fox News is Fox News. CBS is, Paramount Plus, Larry Ellison, whatnot, right? They're trying to take over CNN, whatever. We've seen that, right? The right wingification of media. Trump is borderline the most unpopular president we have seen. Like, he's the most unpopular president we've seen since Nixon. And he might pass Nixon. So here's my question. What does that look like? Let's say Paramount Plus, let's play this out, right? Let's say Paramount Plus takes over Warner Brothers and commandeers CNN and starts strong-arming the coverage. Let's just say that happens, right? What does that look like? Because your audience, if we're talking about America, has no tolerance for state media. But the CNN audience is already left of just America General, right? Because America General includes a whole bunch of Fox News people. And even, all the other stuff that they want, the Greg Kelly and all that other stuff, that encompasses all of America. So all of America doesn't have a tolerance for that. The CNN audience has an even less tolerance for that. CBS obviously has an even less tolerance for that. So what does that look like? I'm like, are you just going to sign up to hemorrhage money? And for how long? Because granted, who knows what kind of deals are being made? Obviously, with the enriching of Trump and his family, he can afford to keep people afloat that are going to. I'm no fool when it comes to that, right? I'm like, it's worthwhile for him to throw a couple twos and fews in order to make sure that he gets positive coverage. But even that will, if the midterms go the way the midterms look, his ability to do that will be severely limited. So that's my question. I'm like, it's kind of the same question that I have for the MAGA for the MAGA congressmen and senators. I'm like, he emasculated y'all with the threat of primarying you because of his massive popularity. This man in the low 40s, high 30s. You know what I mean? This man in the low 40s, high 30s. This man, that's like me in junior high school threatening to spread rumors on somebody with my massive popularity and ambling away with my bifocals. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what? Honestly, the association is more problematic than anything else. So what does that look like? I'm like, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see. Congrats. We need independent journalists more than ever. Candace is swimming in deep water. She is. I said she flooding the zone. She flooding the zone with the I should start. You know what I should do? I'm gonna do this one day. I'm gonna make a video. Like a behind the scenes video just about like what happens on the back end after I finish the video when I decide about like the thumbnail and description and everything, because I forgot when I was putting that video up that she had wondered about her being born a man, which ended up being the thumbnail. Like that ended up being like the main thing I put out front. I forgot that she even said that. And it wasn't until in my search of media and how they were covering it, somebody had put that out. I think it was like the Daily Beast or somebody had a headline about that. And I was like, oh, that's right. She did. That's right. I had shot the video and everything, but so much stuff be in my head. I was like, that's right. That's right. She did say that. That's probably what we should lead with. That probably should be. I probably need somebody else to help me with that. But then Miss Ray don't be up at that time. And Regina don't. Regina might be up at that time, but it really do be like 6 a.m. So I mostly handle that. Mona Lisa, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mona. Thank you. Thank you. Treva, shout out to you, Treva. And shout out to all the people on Patreon. shout out to all the people on Patreon. I've said this many times. Treva's one of the real ones that she goes both ways. The Patreon is like my go bag. So, you never know. I mean, I was talking about media. I was talking about media and television media, but obviously social media. If you look at Facebook, you look at obviously Instagram, X, and TikTok, the way that TikTok works. Look, man, it's easy for me to say because I'm not like monetized on TikTok. I've never made any money on TikTok, so I don't know what that's like to be used to making money on TikTok or be like need to support yourself on TikTok. But based on how TikTok has been moving for the last year, and definitely, the last year, for the last year, almost 18 months, based on the way TikTok has been moving. I was watching Park Rose the other day, and she was talking about all the changes that TikTok has made. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't imagine still being on that platform. I really could not. I couldn't imagine still being on that platform. Now, granted, if I can post stuff on there that I post on every other platform and just treat it like just like a numbers game, like I'm just going like a dumping ground. I'm just going to dump content here. But I'm like, based on you're not going to treat me like you're not going to treat me like a bitch for so long. Honestly, TikTok has been like that with progressive content creators for 18 months. Where's my phone at? When was the last time I posted on TikTok? Listen, last time I posted on TikTok was I posted something in October. And if you go down 2 rows, you are at if you scroll down the page, you get down to 2024. You know what I mean? I'll have moments where I'm like, you know what? Let me try and get on TikTok, and then they'll do some BS. I get antagonized because Regina does her research. I brought this up before. Regina does her research. She sends me a TikTok. I can't click on it on my computer because it's you have to be verified to watch this content. This content is explicit. You have to be verified. So I go on my phone and look at it, and it's like a protest. I know what time it is. Why would I respect your platform enough to not only put my content on it, but have any level of expectation for it? Why would I operate like it's anything other than Video X? You know what I mean? Would you post a video on X? Maybe people do this. I don't know. Maybe people do this. Would you post a video on X today about critical of the administration and with any level of hope and expectation? Or be mad that it doesn't do well? It's Elon Musk's personal private portfolio. He's made that clear in how he manipulates. Once we saw that he manipulates the algorithm to service himself, well, he damn sure going to manipulate his own thoughts. He's damn sure going to do it to manipulate coverage of him, which by extension, the Doge, by extension, the administration. We've seen that. Not to mention the fact of all the bots that are weaponized on that app, which is something I'll get into tomorrow. And it's something I'll get into in a later video with the Johnny MAGA thing. I saw the Johnny MAGA thing. I got a whole video about that. Jonathan Majors might be into Johnny Maga. He might be into Johnny Maga. That one probably won't come out till like Monday because I got a special one for y'all on Sunday. I try and take you to church on Sunday. I made that, like, I had the Drewski video dropped on a Sunday. The Black MAGA church one dropped on a Sunday. I try and take you to church on a Sunday. So I'm gonna try and keep that up. I mean, I have one church video left, so next week we might be heathen. But this week we going back to church on Sunday. Having a bourbon nightcap to your success. Thank you, Kilgore. I appreciate that. I think I've reached the point of a nightcap. I don't drink, so I don't know what the nightcap would be. Maybe like ginger beer or Kool-Aid or something like that would be my nightcap. Wanda, thank you so much for your gifts. Shout out to you, Wanda. If you receive Wanda's gift, send her some love in the chat. Mariana making it rain. Thank you so much, Mariana. Here you come. Congrats. Well-deserved, well-earned, always appreciated. You become the #1 news source for myself and whoever I meet. So much respect and admiration to the team behind the scenes. And love to you, Reese and Miss Ray. Thank you, Mariana. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. And, she raised an interesting point. She raised an interesting thought in me anyway, which is that, trying to service being informative, but also trying to have fun and trying to spread love, which is very hard when it's just like when you're just presenting information. You know what I mean? So like sometimes I'm trying to think about what to do, and I have something that I want to do, but it may not necessarily be like the most important thing. But I want to do it. But then you have stuff that's like really important, you need to do it, but I don't necessarily want to do it as much. So like balancing that. That's why I think like mixing the videos and mixing the topics up will help me in that regard. But see, you have to keep in mind, I'm still relatively new to YouTube. So some of the stuff that YouTubers do is like new to me, and I'm still exploring all the stuff that creators can do. For instance, shall remain nameless. I was watching a creator that I watch, actually. A creator whose content I watch. And they had something like what they have in the thumbnail. They teased something in the thumbnail, like you won't believe what blah 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 said. And it was nothing. Like I watched the video and it was nothing. And I'm like, it was a blatant clickbait. It was horrible clickbait. And I was like, I forgot. Nah, not that I forgot, but I guess I was like, between the way I operate and between what is socially acceptable on YouTube, there's so much studio space to explore. Not saying I want to be clickbaity. That's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is that, for instance, I would think to myself, okay, well, that's off topic, so that can't go on this video. That needs to be in its own video, so that I can, frame that video around that thing. as opposed to having it in this video. And that's just not necessarily true. If it's a decent portion of this video, it could be an option, right? Anyway, I'm getting too inside baseball, but I think one of the things I've learned is that Richard Pryor had a line where he was talking about stand-up comedy. He said stand-up comedy is just dressing for you to say what you want to say. If I do an hour special, I might have a couple things that I just really want to communicate to the audience, and the rest is just putting them in a good mood so I can say what I want to say. And I thought that was a brilliant description, and it's something that I think about often, and it's something that has come back around to being relevant here on this platform, because I realize that there's places for real conversations within fun packaging. Put it that way. It's places for real. Like a good example is the ICE, the videos about the ICE officer who got picked up looking for love in all the wrong places, and Operation Creep, the 2 ICE officers got picked up. There was some gnarly stuff in those videos about ICE and how ICE has been moving. But that was the way I chose to like package that. And I think that's the way I'm gonna do it. So that's the way to you can get information out, right? People know what's going on, but it's anyway. Thank you, Mariana. I appreciate you. Let them fight. Love everything you do, man. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're gonna let them fight in March. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this is what we doing. We're gonna let them fight in March. So you saw it here. Reese, this is your day one, and I'm gonna say congratulations. Now let's get to 1 million. Thank you, Deshauna. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you for being so 10 toes down with the channel. Absolutely, so 10 toes down with the channel, Deshauna. Thank you. Another one who goes both ways with Treva. Peachy King, shout out to you, sending gifts while you just got your wrench. Okay, she getting comfortable. Miss Ray better look out. She done got comfortable. No, she opening the fridge by herself and everything. She done gone into the cabinets. Yeah, she really making herself at home. She is. She sleep right on the mod's couch. Thank you, Peachy. I appreciate you. Kilgore, bless you with the kids. The youngest of my 4 turns 30 in July. It slips away, dear friend. Cherish and embrace the annoyance. Man, let me tell you. So I got cut off. My wife cut me off, and from kids. Let me be clear. She cut me off from kids. So the baby is the last one. Nothing permanent has been done. There's just her state of mind right now. But I want to cherish everything that happens with the youngest one because I feel like it's the last time. At the same token, this is a brutal this is a brutal phase, man. It's a brutal phase. Bedtime is horrible. And I'm just like I was telling her the other day, I was like, I really want this phase to be over. Like I just want to hold on for the next month or two until, things change and she starts to go to bed earlier and whatnot. But at the same token, I don't want to wish forward any time. I don't want to wish forward any time. It's a crazy paradox. Where are the pyros? Is that a reference to the 50 Cent Damani Harris diss tracks? Oh, are you talking about porno for pyros? What? Well, thank you anyway, Yak. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Congratulations on 700K. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, ASMR. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much for that. Absolutely, and we absolutely will. Princess, super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Animata, 1 million by the end of spring. I'm calling it. That would be quite an uptick. That would be quite an uptick. But you called it. You would be the first one to call it. So yeah, I love the show. Congratulations on 700K. Thank you, Latanya. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here. Have been off YouTube since August. Needed a break from politics. Glad to be back. Miss your political sarcasm. You should team up with Consciously and The Jam. Thank you, Bria. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I probably will start reaching back out to people and having people guess on the live again. I probably should. As far as taking a break, I struggle with that because it's always good to take a break and recharge your batteries. But I have such a backlog of content, it doesn't make sense to just not post because I just will have videos that are just getting older. But if I'm going to post every day, which I post every day, that means I'm on and engaged every day. Like I have to approve one every day and schedule the premiere and get the thumb. Like it's kind of a nasty cycle. Like I definitely need to like take time, but it doesn't make sense. It like you have a backlog of videos. Like I have videos that can go up. So like why have them all age 3 days or 4 days or a week while I'm taking a break? Like they would do much better if I put them out during that. Anyway, does that mean I'm addicted? I don't know if I'm addicted, but I just got myself. I don't think I'm addicted because I would have no problem taking a break. It's not like I can't take a break. It just doesn't make sense to do it. Like I got to figure out a way. I got to get my wife or somebody to put these videos up. Yeah, I get my wife to put these videos up. If y'all start seeing messages that sound like somebody from the Midwest, then y'all know I'm taking a break. Yeah. 700K. Congratulating God. Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Space Dreamer, 700K is incredible. Congrats, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely not anything. You know where I really wanted to get when I started making these videos in earnest? I really wanted to get to 80. I really wanted to get to 80,000. That was my thing. I wanted to get to 80,000 because I had about 36,000 or so, something like that. I had about 36,000 when I started making these videos, just by virtue of this account had been around for forever, and based on me doing other things and making social media stuff, I had just amassed that over a long time, right? It says that this account has been around for years, right? I think there's like some 10-year-old videos, or I think 15-year-old videos on this account. I really started posting on this account like 3 years ago or so. 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago, was when I really started posting on this account. But 2.5 years ago was when I had 36,000. I really wanted to get to 80,000 because that meant that I had gotten as many as I had during all that time. You know, I meant most of the people that were there were like active, new subscribers. So 80 was my goal. Everything past 80 is just, it's all gravy. Past 80, it's all gravy. J-Dub, congratulations on 700K. Thank you, J-Dub. I appreciate that. Thank you. Congratulations on 700K, 1 million next. Thank you, boss lady. Thank you so much. Y'all jumping to 1 million. Y'all jumping to 1 million. Y'all hopeful. I like that spirit. Why don't somebody say 705? Somebody gonna say, hey, congratulations on 700,000, Reese. 703,000 next. He gonna hit 703. He gonna hit 703. Hey, Reese, you gonna be at 707 by spring. Yep. Congrats, and may you keep going. Thank you, Space Dreamer. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Shaunalyn, thank you for your gift. Thank you for your gift, Shaunalyn. Thank you so much. Welcome, Saba. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. Space Dreamer making it rain. I see you, Space Dreamer. Send Space Dreamer some love if you received Space Dreamer's message. Carlita, thank you so much for being a member. And thank you so much for your congratulations. Much love, much love. Brian, congrats on your 700K milestone. You hit 1 million in no time. How about we hit 706? You know what I mean? We go hit 706. Thank y'all. We making it rain, but yay. Thank you. But yay. Thank you so much. If you received Begay's gift, then send some love in the chat. That's really dope. Thank you so much for that. Absolutely. And being Nancy making it rain as well. Thank you so much, Nancy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Nancy, did you make it rain earlier? Nancy not playing. Oh no, that was Nancy Adventure. Okay, we got dueling Nancys. We got dueling Nancys in the chat. Man, they battling for Nancy supremacy. Hey, I love all my Nancys. I love all my Nancys. Thank you, being Nancy. I really appreciate that. You make my day every day, Reese. Thank you so much. You're so crazy wild. I haven't rewatched some of my favorites. Just rock, sir. Bronze Babe. Thank you so much, Bronze Babe. I made myself laugh. I made myself laugh today about the that rant I went on about Halle Berry and the short hair. That rant was really long. I had to cut it off. I had to cut it out because my microphone was staticky. It didn't sound good. But I went off for a long time about that. Look, at the end of the day, Halle Berry in the 90s was one of them ones. I don't play about Halle Berry in the 90s. You know who else I don't play about? Salma Hayek. If you like, I'm not a violent man. I'm a peaceful man. I come out here and make these videos about connecting people in one spirit and having people build together out of mutual respect, love, and equity. But if you come for Salma Hayek, though, especially if you try and associate her with the Jennifer Lopez's or somebody like that of the world and act like they're in remotely the same stratosphere, we're going to have a problem. That's all I'm going to say. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. See, the thing is, you have to understand my age and situation at that particular point in my life. That was the only kind of attention that I could receive from the opposite sex is putting on Strictly Business or Desperado. From Dusk Till Dawn or Boomerang. That was the only kind of attention that I could get. And that kind of it stuck with me. It stuck with me. I had to talk to my wife about it too. I had to let her know, that I might, I know we're in public and I love you. I protect you at all times, but I'll also protect the honor of 90s Salma Hayek and Halle Berry too. I don't play about them at all. Thank you, Reese. You and your team continue to be informed and in stitches. Keep up the good work. You'll hit 1 million and beyond soon. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Thank you. And you guys have been really, really generous today. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Reese, for being your true self with us. I try as much as I can. I try and let myself bleed into the videos as much as possible without saying something to get canceled. But that's how that goes. Congratulations on 700K. Thanks for always putting out quality and thoughtful content while also keeping me laughing through the insanity of this world. Stakes is high. I gotta keep laughing. You know what I mean? That's all I can. You know what I mean? It's the only way I can survive. It's the only way I can survive. Trump lost. Congratulations, Reese and Mod Squad. Love to you all. You've helped me make it through a rough time in my life with your videos. Trump lost. Yes, he really did. Thank you, City Dawn. Thank you. I believe it was 2 days ago. I was making the point that it's wild to think about Trump's unpopularity the last time he was in office, how he spent his time out of office, insurrection, felonies, and all that, how he conducted himself during the campaign, and then his rampant unpopularity since he's been in office. And I don't think I landed this point as well as I probably could have, but the idea that a wildly unpopular president, we had to get the authorities to evict him from the White House, gets banned from Fox News for half the ramp up to 2024, picks up felonies, completely melts down during the campaign, gives up, magically wins all of these states that he couldn't even carry in 2016 before we knew all of these things about him. And then the second he's in office, resumes becoming the most unpopular president we've ever seen. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And quite frankly, I think it'll be one of my everlasting annoyances of the Democratic Party for not going harder in that regard. I said that in January of 2025. People were mad on election night and in the ensuing days after election night. I got a lot of things sent to me about irregularities and accusations of nefariousness. And my thought was, I'm going to give the Democrats some time to work that out and investigate that. I mean, Biden is president, so he has the ability to utilize the weight of the federal government to make sure that this was legit and on the level. And we never heard a damn thing. And this dude took office and proceeds to drop the bottom out of the unpopularity that he left the last time. That doesn't make any damn sense. It does not. Hey, Reese, congrats on the 700K. You and the Mod Squad works, gets me through my work days. Thanks for all y'all do. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Amy, thank you for your gift. Thank you so much for your gift, Amy. Thank you. If you received Amy's gift, send her some love in the chat, won't you please? ASMR, thank you so much for being a member. Hopefully, we'll have some soothing sounds in the membership channels now that we got ASMR around. I love it. Hey fam, loving my new green hoodie. I support my fellow creators. Feel free to say hello. We need these spaces. Love from Oakland, California. May Money, shout out to you. Sounds like you are a fellow creator. Look forward to seeing your stuff. And I used to live in Berkeley. I never lived in Oakland, but I lived in Berkeley. On Adeline. I lived on Adeline, and I lived on Shattuck. I lived in a couple different places in Berkeley, and now I lived in San Francisco too for a long time. So I got love for the Bay. I definitely got love for the Bay. Reese, you sound like me and hubby. We have 3 under 4.5 too. The baby turns 2 on the 14th coming up. It's a kitty circus over here. It's wild. It is wild. But I feel like once you get them through, once we push them through this period, then hopefully their energies will start to they'll start to tire each other out with their energies. So that's good. My wife always talks about the fact how when we had 1, we had to entertain her all the time. But once we had 2, once he got to a certain age, they can entertain each other, which they do all the time. They play, they run around and play all the time. So we just got to get that baby. We just got to, we just got to get her up there, and then the 3 of them can run around. And then, of course, once that happens, somebody left out, and then we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Shout out, Jasmine. Tell your husband hello. Thank you, everyone, for the warm welcome. Chocolate Peach, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on reaching 700K. I'm 10 toes down with your content, keeping 100. Thank you, Dom. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being down with us. Tion 50. I'm surprised before we get a video. I can't do a video on Tion 50. I could. Hey, Nikki, this is my new thing. I could put that in a video, though. I could put that in a video. Maybe, yeah. It is kind of political, isn't it? Right? Because T.I. has been trying to. I remember when he called out Candace, and we know where 50's been coming from. I have done a 50 video when he tried to get into politics. You know what I mean? You're not all the way out of bounds, Nikki. Not all the way out of bounds. I honestly hadn't thought about it until you put it out there. But Dom, shout out. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. So improve. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Send Kevin some love. Consuelo, thank you. Thank you. Treva, thank you very much for your gift. You received Treva's gift. Send her some love in the comments. Thank you. Thank you. I think you are amazing. KD, I think you are amazing. Thank you so much, KD. Thank you so much. And hopefully, is this your real account or is this your burner? I think this is KD's real account. Katie Mullins, thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. Peachy, thank you. Miss Ray, I told you, Peachy done got comfortable. Peachy done got comfortable. So you're gonna have to check the whole premises before you lock up at night. Cause she might have gone and fall asleep somewhere. That's how comfortable she got. Thank you very much, Peachy. Latasha, thank you, Latasha. I appreciate you. Boss Lady, thank you for your gift. If you receive Boss Lady's gift, send her some love in the chat, won't you please? Thanks. Everything education. You sound like my grandfather. My grandfather. Big on education. Everything is education. Yep. And unfortunately, I don't think Linda McMahon is it. Everything is education. And if that ain't emblematic of what ails America, I don't know what is. By the way, did you see that Vince McMahon accident? I swear, man. I have to keep making this point about the double standards that we have here in America, but rich and powerful men, especially rich and powerful white men, but rich and powerful white men get to act a whole ass with impunity without it ever staining not only the others, but even themselves. But everybody else just operates under the weight of the collective faults of everybody historically. But we want a level playing field. Yeah, we want a level playing field. Much love from the 3rd Ward, H-Town, George Floyd's home. You're well respected in these streets. Thank you, Jay Malone. I appreciate that. Shout out. Texas is one of my holes in my travels around the country and all the places I've been. I've been so many places that I can speak intelligently about, like I just did with Oakland, but I've lived so many places. And visited so many places and traveled and toured so many places when I was doing stand-up. I feel like I know so much about so much of the country, and my 2 big holes. Oh, and even internationally, Canada. I've been all over Canada, Europe, Africa, Asia. The 2 holes I have, Texas and Chicago. Those are the 2 big holes I have. I've been to Chicago twice. They both were for work, and I didn't have any time to like really hang out or like do anything. Like I was just in and out. Texas, I've been to I think 3 or 4 times, same thing. Like I've been there, I was there for a day or 2 days and I was working. Like I didn't really have time to do anything. I really got to go like explore and like get to know Texas and whatnot. My one Texas story, I told this one before though. We was in Dallas. I was in Dallas for the Final Four, and it was at AT&T Stadium back in like the 2010s, like the mid 2010s. And we went to go get barbecue because people recommended we get barbecue at this one particular place. And so like we drove out there and we got there and they said, "Hey, we're sorry, y'all are too late." And I was like, "Oh, y'all closed?" They're like, "Oh no, we're not closed. We're out of meat." I said, "Well, go get some more meat. Like it's fine. Like, what talking about you out of meat?" "Oh yeah, well, we only make a certain amount a day, so it's fresh, and we made it all, and we sold all the meat." I thought y'all was a restaurant. I didn't know I was. I didn't come get a plate. I didn't go to the plate place. I went to a restaurant. This a restaurant. What you talking about? You out of meat? Well, bro. I was so blown away and dumbfounded by that. I was so blown away and dumbfounded by that I was going out and just telling people on the street, "Can you believe what happened?" And they were like, "Yeah, they make a certain amount. It's fresh. They make a certain amount." You know what I mean? That I was like, so that's regular? That's regular for people to run out of meat? Oh, hell no. I don't know how y'all do it, man. I don't know how y'all do it. Somebody say you'll never experience that in the Shy. I've never experienced that anywhere in my life. But in Texas, all the Texas people act like it was regular. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, all right. Well, I don't have a willing audience for this one. Also, I think I went there too to do stand up. Yeah, I did stand up at the Arlington Improv. I did a week at the Arlington Improv. And again, I didn't get to explore hardly at all. And I tried to tell that story and they was like, I was like, can you believe they ran out of meat? They were like, yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't think y'all understand. I went to a restaurant and they said they ran out of meat. They were like, yeah, that's what they do. Yeah. I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one. Sub that like common sense is back. Thank you, Shade Tree. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Coletta, welcome. Welcome, Coletta. Welcome, welcome. Kenneth, welcome to you. Welcome, Kenneth. El Nana. El Nana. El Nana. Thank you very much. What is that, Foxy Brown? It was El Nana was Foxy Brown, right? I'm pretty sure it was. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Love your show too from Houston. Highly educated. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Much love. Oh, also I went to Houston. Sorry if this is too soon. Also, I went to Houston when the Nats won the World Series. Yeah, I went to Houston for that too. Again, it's always been work. Matter of fact, that's what that Emmy is for. I got the Emmy for coverage of the Nats winning the World Series. Everybody was great. It's too bad that Texas got first of all, you got the Ted Cruz's and the Ken Paxtons of the world that are representing y'all on the national stage. But then you got Cowboys fans. You know what I mean? My personal interactions with Texans have been pretty good. But y'all PR is just horrible. I mean, y'all PR is just, you know. But then again, you know, you got Jasmine Crockett and Beyonce and people like that too. So, you know, it's not all one-sided. But it's tough. It's tough to try and live down Cowboys fans. That's tough. I don't know how you do that. Nicole, thank you. Thank you very much, Nicole. Reese, me and Ray said we are the fly and aunties if you need help. Thank you, Deshaun. I appreciate that. I should go on the road sometime. I should go on the road some. But actually, I take that back. I can't do that. They acting crazy out here. I can't do that. Mess around. Yeah. You saw how they got Don. You saw how they got Don. I can't do that. I could maybe shoot something and then stream it later and put it out later like I'm there. I can go out and shoot something today and stream it next week. We live. That's the way it would have to be. Reese, welcome. Thank you so much for being on the channel. The Andra Livingston. Thank you so much for becoming a member and being a part of the channel. Much love. In any event, I see you, Wilmington, Delaware, checking in. He might be. He said Ken Paxton is ahead in the Republican Party. He might be. That's wild. Ken Paxton actually being competitive, not even winning, but just being competitive in the Republican primary after being impeached by Republicans, after having his wife call him out. Like, the fact that he is even competitive and they want to talk about like accountability from the accountability meritocracy DEI party. I'm never going to let that go. These people sat there and let the most disreputable, dirty-footed people in America sit there and cast aspersions and blame on minorities and gay people and women. How you gonna be able to explain this? I don't know how you gonna be able to explain this. I really don't. I really don't. But in any event, let me tell you guys, because I gave a lot of love to on my video ending to the people that have been working on the channel, my man David, and my editors, Denzel and Boz, of course, Miss Ray and Deshauna and lovely Nola and Kristen, Peachy Keen. I see you, Wrench. I see you, Wrench. Shout out to Peachy Keen. Shout out to y'all for all the help that you've and work you put in on the channel. But I definitely want to shout out all of the people that show up to the premieres, all the people that are live in the chat, all the people from the Patreon, and all the people that have sent me some of the kindest, most encouraging feedback that I could receive, and has definitely kept my batteries charged and kept me going, even when it's 9 in the morning and you have to upload 4 different versions of this video because it keeps getting dinged by YouTube to want them to get this video, as opposed to giving up and doing something else. I very much appreciate that, and you guys definitely kept me going. And one thing I will say too, because I mentioned in the Jesse Jackson video that I have felt undeserving of a lot of the efforts of prior generations of Americans, but especially Black Americans, fighting to provide a better life for myself. Well, there's a whole another part of that story, and maybe I'll tell the short version here, but I'll tell a longer version later. But there's a whole nother part of that story, which is that I'm like a prodigal son in a lot of ways with respect to being in this space. And I come from a family that had done this, right? And carved out this particular niche, and it wasn't anything that I wanted a part of. I wanted to go into entertainment. I wanted to go into comedy. I wanted to go into sports. And I did. I did. I did that. But I didn't make an active choice to leave. I guess I kind of sort of did, but life has an interesting way of. They say God has a sense of humor, right? God has a sense of humor. I decided to come to DC on a whim to try this morning show, and that led to a widening consciousness, and that led to deeper connections and roots within my own community. And that led me to want to use my voice for more than to tell a joke. And for me to want to devote my time into more pertinent and long-lasting endeavors than, depth charts, and game previews. And that eventually led to me being here and creating this platform. And when I look at it from this place, it feels like a natural place for me to be, given where my family had come from. But the root was so circuitous, you never would have guessed that it would have landed me here. But somehow it did. And yes, and somebody had a good point too. I don't know exactly what you were referring to, Treva, where you said there's value in that too. I'm just going to take it in my own way to talk about people that do work in sports. There's definitely value in that too. I don't mean to cast aspersions on that in any way. What I mean to say is that I think that I was brought up with a certain unyielding awareness, and it's almost like a cloud. I would call it like a cloud, right? Like I felt like there was almost like a cloud, or like a certain lenses or glasses that I see the world a certain way. And so certain things never leave my mind. Like the easiest example I could give is I never understood how colleges, especially colleges in the South and SEC country, are able to continually recruit and enroll Black athletes despite their treatment of Black citizens. Even people that grew up under that very system of exploitation sign up to go to that school to continue to enrich the hands of the people that are oppressing them. That always blew me. Like that always blew me when I watch obviously there was no college football playoff, but like when I watch bowl games or when I watch March Madness and stuff like that, it never made sense to me. It never made sense to me to see an SEC school, an all-Black SEC school with an all-white audience, knowing that those fans, once the game is over, or once that kid has left school, graduated, or gone to the NFL, or failed, or got cut, or whatever the case may be, once that relationship is over, so ends any reverence or modicum of respect, if that's what you want to call it. I never understood that. But that was kind of my that's just how I thought about sports when I was in sports. That's how I thought about it. Those were the things I was thinking about. So I don't mean to cast aspersions on people that do that. I grew up a colossal sports fan, so obviously these are people that made content that I consume. That was just where I was coming from with it, with the inability to make that point. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't say any of that. I just have to talk about the X's and O's. In any event, I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole. I just wanted to thank you guys for being here, but also thank you for providing an opportunity for my life to come full circle and for me to find a new sense of purpose and meaning, and allowing me to learn and grow and get better, which we're going to continue to do. We're definitely going to continue to do that. All right. I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys have jumped on here because I need to get the mods and everybody else on with their lives. So we're gonna hit you guys. My sinuses are killing me. I know. Hopefully it didn't sound like I was about to cry just now. It's just my sinuses are just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to see an ear, nose, and throat. My mother made an appointment with an ear, nose, and throat doctor, but I'm like, bruh, I don't know what's going on. Is it because it's actually a warm day today? Man, my allergies don't let me enjoy nothing. We finally got a good day. We finally got a good day where it's not icy cold. It's not brick outside. And my signer was like, now. Go. We're on. Come on, man. G-Dub, welcome. Welcome, G-Dub. Welcome. RSLS, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for being here. RSL's one of the most active members that we have here. Thank you. Floetic Soul, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you always. Shout out. Ellie, happy I found this community a year ago. Much needed. As well to you too, Ellie. Thank you for being here. Rep Al Green and some H-Town as well. Shout out to Al Green. I enjoyed the Al Green cameo. And was that today's video? Yeah. I enjoyed the Al Green cameo. I have fun with that. I think I could actually do a lot more with having people on the screen with me. I got my mom a Kamala Was Right shirt along with a sweatshirt for her B-Day, and she loved it. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. And tell your mama I said hello. Thank you for that. DeAndre Livingston, thank you. Welcome. Reese, welcome to you. Welcome. All right. I want to wish you guys a very happy Friday. And thank you for being part of the 700K celebration. But more importantly, thank you for being part of the 700K. And, onward and upward. I look very forward to 702. We're going to be at 702 in no time. We're going to be at 702 in no time, baby. Hey, we might even be 704. We might even get to 704. It's on and popping. Shout out to the mods. And shout out to y'all. Tomorrow, probably premiering, I'm guessing probably 2:00. I'm guessing 2:00 tomorrow. Sometime between 12 and 2, but I'm thinking probably 2. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, if you hear anybody talking trash, because people love to gossip, they love hearing this dirt or that dirt. You hear somebody talking trash, just make sure you look them in the eye and you tell them,